Good evening, everybody. We are closing in on our first horse closing on our spring online sale here tonight, and we just want to kind of jump in and give everybody a quick review of what we've got going. So again, as I showed on the preview last night, if you're not quite sure how to get there or haven't been there before, you can just go to smbhorsesales.com. Go right here on the click here to bid. It will take you into the catalog for the online software to bid. So we'll just run through the horses real quick. Again, we're sneaking up on 6 o'clock when the first horse is going to close. So we'll just touch on them real quick. Again, if you want to get comfortable on the bidding process, you can go in and hit the practice bidding and play around. We talked last night kind of with all the different ways to bid. But we'll just go through here and run through the horses again real quick. Hip number one, sitting at $6,500 right now. The bidding next bid would be $7,000. Now, keep in mind as we get closer, we'll adjust those bid increments a little bit. We want to remind everybody too, as this times down, if somebody bids in the last 60 seconds, it will extend that horse 2 minutes. There can be multiple extensions, and that will not change the time on any of the other horses. So this is a 2016 gelding. He's only 6 years old. Nice, pretty gray color, steel gray color. We watched him in the video last night, riding in bridleless. Nice gelding to start out the sale. Really under the market of where horses should be. I know that as online sales have kind of got on, everybody's starting to get used to him a little bit more. But somebody should be paying attention there. You know, that horse in any of our sales in the last year would be up around, you know, the $9,000, $10,000, $11,000 mark, so well under where he should be in the market already. So there's opportunity right out of the gate on that first horse. Here is Tigger from 6 Shooter Livestock in Blackfoot, Idaho. He's a 2010, so he's 12 years old. 15 one hands, disposition 2, temperament 3. 6,500 again. You know, we've been averaging over $8,000 a horse in our sales for well over the last year, so this isn't even there to what would be considered the average in our sales over the last few years. So, you know, there's some still good opportunities here early on in the sale. Right out of the first 2 horses are ones that are bargains at the moment. Here's another one that really surprises me. If you watch this video, we talked about it last night. This is Johnny. He is 13-year-old Halflinger gelding. He's 14 one hands. He's got a lot of bone and size. He's one that anybody can ride. If you watch that video, they do a little bit of everything with him. Boy, I'm really surprised that horse isn't well above where he is yet. That's a bargain for somebody looking for a good solid trail horse that they can just trust and know that they can put about anybody on. Somebody really ought to be paying attention there. Moving on to hip number 4, it's another one that surprises me, sitting at $4,500. This is a 11-year-old grade gelding. I think I had 3 people call me wondering about black and white gelding. This is the only one in the sale, and here he is. And again, well under where we've seen horses selling in our sales for the last year. Somebody should be paying attention here in the early stages. There's some great deals here on these horses yet to be had. So pay attention, watch the videos. Hopefully you've called and talked to the consigners, but some great deals here. Here's another one that surprises me. This was one of my favorite horses early in the sale. This is a well-rounded, nice performance type of horse, well under where I thought he ought to be. He's ready to go out and rope on. I believe he had a little bit of start on the barrels. He's only 11 years old. He's registered. He's well solid put together. He's got a bit of a motor, but boy, that's a nice horse that, you know, I would have expected him to be over $10,000 easily. So, you know, somebody should really be paying attention on him. Moving over to number 6. This is another one that surprises me. Talking to Matt up there with the Cobb family, he's talked a lot about how well broke this horse is. He's registered well. He is only 11 years old. He's right in the prime of his life. Been used up there on that ranch. Good solid gelding. One that you could go do about anything on. He's got some reining background. Been used on the ranch, trail riding. Just again, one that I figured would be up around $10,000-$12,000. So there's a bargain there that somebody ought to be paying attention to. Here's another one that surprises me. Blaze. This is a 14-hand mare from Wanstrom's. We saw their little boy riding on him. They've used him in the alleys, or used her in the alleys, I should say. She's only 6 years old. That size is just kind of that size that is great for use to step up on, still be able to saddle, tack up themselves. But an adult can still go out and ride. That's one that just, again, is really down in the bargain bin. Somebody should be paying. Another one, again, that surprises me. This is Hollywood Azure TE. He's a registered gelding. He is only 13 years old. Has some good size to him. It walked out really nice in the video. Good stride. I know, talking again with Matt, that this is a horse he really, really likes. Really surprised there hasn't been some more action on this one. So again, this first 10 or so horses in this sale, there's a lot of opportunity for some bargains. Here's another one that surprises me from Six Shooter. This is a 2017 Halflinger Crossmare. We mentioned last night that in her pre-purchase, she's confirmed in full. We'll just pull up real quick and hit the stud that she's confirmed in full too. So she's going to throw a full that is a Gypsy Cross with a Halflinger Crossmare. Boy, you look at that mare and you look at that stud, you're going to get a really cool baby out of that. It's a 2-for-1 package. But you can still go out and ride her as well. Again, well under what we've been seeing horses sell for in the last year or so. Here's another one that surprised me. This is one of my favorite horses in the sale. This is a registered gelding as well. He's buckskin. Everybody's always looking for that buckskin. He's only 8 years old. He's in the prime of his life. He's got a ton of experience out in 4-H, youth shows, local shows. I mean, it is really hard to find a horse with this kind of experience. You throw the buckskin on top of it. He's registered on top of that. There's some great videos down here to watch. They showcase him really well and all the different things he can do. It's really hard to find a horse this well-rounded. Somebody really should be paying attention. I honestly figured this horse would hit $20,000 fairly easily compared to what we've seen over the last year or two, and he's not even halfway there, or just barely halfway there. So there's a bargain. In fact, we had a horse in our February sale very comparable to this horse that was bay and sold for $20,000 with very similar experience. So somebody should really be paying attention there. That's a bargain at that price. Here's another one that surprises me. He's a 2-year-old, but he's registered. Again, he's an own son of PCR Pink Cadillac, who's a son of First Down Dash. We got Lane's Leister on the top. He's eligible for Pink and Ruby Buckle. He'll be eligible for all of the major futurities in the barrel pen, as well as, I know Pink Buckle's expanding out into the roping. He'd be eligible there. He's a stud. He's 2 years old. He's by a sire that's a proven producer, both in the barrel pen, in the roping pen, and producing foals with all the eligibilities for all of those sires. Somebody really ought to be paying attention here. I mean, we've seen siblings to this horse that were weanlings sell in our sale last summer for $8,000 to $12,000, and he's not even halfway to that $12,000. Somebody really should be paying attention here. If you're in the futurity world of the barrel pen, that horse is a bargain right there. I figured this horse would be triple that at least. Somebody should really be paying attention on him. Here's another one that surprises me. I figured this horse would be well into 5 figures by now on the 10,000. Real pretty, fancy looking draft cross mare. You can see there she's the beginner friendly, one that's going to take care of you out there. Big, solid, nice horse. We watched the video last night. She's only 11 years old. She's got a ton of life ahead of her, just in the prime of her life. She's flashy. Boy, that's one that really surprises me is not up higher. Here's another one that's really surprised me. This is still Regal. We talked last night. The speed indexes are listed in the pictures on this horse. Both the sire and the dam are money winners out on the track. So here's a mare that you can go out. She's been used all over the mountains. She's started on barrels. You can go run the barrels on her. You can use her in the mountains. You could make a rope horse out of her. There's some video of her open. And you can still get some babies out of her. And she's from a proven sire and dam. We see a lot of horses that are proven on one side or the other. You don't see a ton that have proven on both sides. So somebody should really be paying attention on that mare. Here's another one that jumped up quick last night. It's kind of stalled out, but nice, solid gelding. Hip number 15, Vegas. He's one that anybody can ride with a mellow temperament. He is 12 years old, so he's, again, in the prime of his life. Right just kind of around the average price we've been seeing over the last couple of years. I would have thought this horse maybe would be a couple thousand higher already for that. Somebody should be really paying attention on him as well. Here's another one that surprises me. For 2 years, all I've heard is, where's young horses? Why don't you have more young horses in your sale? Boy, I'm having a hard time finding 2-year-olds. Here's one right here. We just talked about another one that was registered. We got 2 2-year-olds in this sale. They're ready to go out. I talked last night about how this horse kind of carried his head and flexed and was working off her feet. He's got a good start with those 45 rides. Again, I've had people asking me for 2 years, where are the young horses? Here he is, and go. I mean, that's not even hardly the starting bid in most of our sales. So somebody should really be paying attention there as well. Hip number 17, another one that really surprised me. Good, nice, solid all-around gelding. He's only 9 years old. He's just right at the beginning of the prime of his life. Put together really nice. We saw him in the video. He'll climb a mountain that's almost straight up. He'll come down the mountain that's almost straight up. Crosses water. Boy, if you're looking for a good, solid trail horse, good kind of an all-around kind of horse, they've used him in some sorting. There's one right there people really ought to be paying attention to as well, with some color to go with it. Here's another. We talked about it last night. These horses are just tough. These BLM Mustangs. He's only 5 years old. He's got a great start on him. Worked really well in the video last night. He's got that buckskin color. And look at the mane and the tail on him. That's just a cool horse that, again, I thought would be a little bit higher. Here's another one that really surprises me. Hip number 20. It's one with some show experience. We saw him work in a trail course last night. One you can go out and do breed shows on. He's been there. He's done it. He's registered. He's only 12 years old. Well put together. Boy, he's just a nice horse that, again, is about half of where I thought he would be. So somebody really ought to be paying attention there as well, especially if you're looking to go to breed shows. Here's another good, nice, solid gelding that, again, I mean, under that average where we've been seeing horses sell. He's beginner friendly. He's got a mellow temperament. He's 12 years old, right in the prime of his life. Somebody really ought to be paying attention here as well. And again, those videos showed him good. He's been used on the ranch. Here's kind of the highlight of the sale. We saw her jump up last night, kind of stall out, but she's moving along again. Boy, if you watch the video on this horse, this is just they've presented her well. This is a well-rounded horse. They've got her listed. Anyone can ride. She's big. She's solid. She's got bone. She's pretty. That's still under where I kind of thought this horse ought to end up. So somebody still ought to be paying attention there. I think that's a great bargain. Here's another one that shocks me. This is 2 horses for 1 money. It's not 2 times the bid. It's only 1 times your bid. You pay 1 money. You get both horses. It's a team. It's a sibling team. They're going to be a match set. They're only 2 years from each other. The oldest one is only 11 years old. You can pull with them. You can ride them. Again, siblings. They're a match set. I figured that we'd be almost double this on this set of horses. Somebody really should be paying attention here as well. Hip number 25. Here's another one that's just that babysitter kind of horse. We watched him last night. He's cool. He's aged. He's older, but he's going to take care of you. He's one that can teach your kids. And, I mentioned last night, we've got a lot of these older horses in our pasture. They'll go well beyond this age. There's 4, 5, 6 years left still in this horse, likely that you can get out of him, but he's going to take care of you and got great experience. Here's another one that really surprises me. Chase has been coming to our sales for a couple years now. He's always got good horses with good solid foundations on them. He sent us a new video yesterday. If you haven't watched that second one, this is a nice solid young horse with a good foundation on him. He's 5. He's just approaching that prime in his life to go finish out. We saw him all over the hills last night. It's just a good, nice, solid horse. Pretty head, nice front shoulder there on him. He's still kind of going to fill out a little bit this year. Again, well under. I would have thought that horse would have been well over 5,000 by now. So there's another bargain that somebody should be paying attention to. Here's another one really surprises me. It's a cross between a gypsy and a halflinger. He's got some color. He's 11 years old. He's solid. He's big. We talked about in the video last night using the soccer ball and doing different things. But boy, I mean, that just really surprises me. They're basically got one bid on him. Somebody should really be paying attention there. We've got these other draft crosses that are, one's above 10 and one's pushing 10, and this one's basically on the first bid. So there's another bargain somebody should really be paying attention to. Here's another one that I thought would be above 10 by now. And this is a nice, young, solid draft cross gelding. He's got that dun color. We looked at him. He's got a great disposition, beginner friendly even at a young age. He's cool looking. Somebody really should be paying attention there as well. Nice horse. Here's another one that kind of surprises me. This is a good, solid ranch horse. I mentioned last night, I've known Wyatt for years. He's a good hand with a horse. This horse has got some motor to him, so he wanted to make sure everybody listed he needed an intermediate rider. But boy, he's used him out on the ranch, out in the mountains. He's only 6 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Again, we haven't seen anything down in this range for quite some time in one of our sales. There's a bargain there for a rancher that's looking for a good, solid young ranch horse. Here's another one, again, that surprises me. Way low for the market. He's older, but boy, he's still got a lot of life in front of him. We saw him ride out. He's put together well. He's wintered well. He's going to take care of you. He's got some great experience. Another one that somebody should be paying attention to. Here's another one that really surprises me too. This size of horse is hard to find with especially that kind of temperament and handle on them. This one is only 4 years old, got his whole life ahead of him. This horse, we've got a 9-year-old daughter out here that lives on this side of a horse. She's out there every day on him. She loves it because she can catch him, she can saddle him, she can do whatever she wants with him without needing any help. Somebody should really be paying attention there for a youth. Here's another one that really surprises me. This is a good, nice, solid gelding. I mentioned last night, LeVar's only selling these horses because he's getting ready to go on a mission for his church. I know, talking to him and his boy, that this is a nice, good, solid horse. Again, one that I think should be, close to double where it's at. Somebody should be paying attention there as well. Here's another one that really surprises me. This is a nice put-together gelding, been used out there on the ranch by Tim Cobb. He's traveled out really good and nice in that video. One that I think I mentioned, boy, if you were checking fence or something along those lines, riding calf pens, he's going to get you out there and travel good. Somebody ought to be paying attention here, and well under the market on that horse. Here's another one that surprised me. Boy, this is a pretty horse. He's young. I mentioned last night, Lane's done a great job. You could see how he flexed. He was working off the feet and pivoting. He's a young horse that needs somebody with some experience, but boy, he's pretty. And Lane's done a great job getting a really good start on that horse. Somebody ought to be paying attention there. That's one you go finish out and probably have one heck of a nice little heel horse, calf horse, sorting horse, anything along those lines. Somebody should be paying attention. And here's going to be our last horse on the sale. Again, just under that market. I don't know if people are busy or what. Just wait until the end. But we've got a lot of opportunity to get in here and get horses that are under the market still yet. You still got lots of opportunity to get some bargains in this sale and be able to get them picked up. So we just want to remind everybody again that we will not be live through the rest of this. We might jump on with a couple updates. For the most part, we won't be live. Salty here will close here in about 5 minutes, so you might want to be watching the bidding if you're interested in him now. We will be watching through. It will be, If you have not pre-approved for bank wire, it'll be a credit card payment. There is a 3% processing fee. You'll have 7 days to pick up the horses. Hopefully you've talked to the consigners a little bit about that. If you need to go beyond the 7 days, they'll probably work with you, but they might charge you after the 7 days or ask you to get an insurance policy. Again, remember that there's some extensions on the bidding. We want to wish everybody good luck, and we're getting really close here to hip number 1 closing out.
Need help?
Yeah.